here I am going to give you this module for different type of integrals which we have not seen in the mainstream, and these patterns are not specified in NCERT book also, but these all patterns are important. So whatever is extension to integral patterns, I will make different modules for that. This is the first one present for you. Here we can see the patterns are based on sine and cos function. First pattern I have written 1 upon a sin square x plus b cos square x plus c. A, B, C are constants, either they are coefficients of these cos square and sin square, and C is the constant here. We have this numerator as 1, and throughout all these patterns you will find that numerator is 1. Denominator has been written either in terms of sin square or cos square or both. In each pattern you will find that. But every time we are having power 2 of sin and cos. So how to solve such equations? For all these patterns, we have one first step, and this way if you initiate, you will get it integrable directly. Always the clue is divide numerator and denominator by cos square x. We can divide by sin square also, doesn't matter, but one method: divide numerator and denominator by cos square x. This must be the keynote for you. Okay, because this only is the step with the help of which we can initiate, we can go ahead. Okay, so how to do that? Let's see, I have written an example randomly. As I said, we don't have particular patterns given in NCERT book, so questions also are very limited on these, but they are available. So at last, when I complete all these, I will select questions. 4 or 5 are there in different exercises, so those I will solve. Here, random question I have taken to explain. Suppose we have this pattern. I have taken this question based on first one. First statement I will write: divide numerator and denominator by cos square x. So what will be the change? Here I find 1 upon cos square x, this terms sec square x. Sin square x is divided by, in each term actually cos square x will come in a division. Sin square upon cos square becomes tan square x. Cos square upon cos square turns 1, plus 4 upon cos square x is 4 sec square x dx. Now step number 2. When we complete a division by cos square x, we should convert the denominator completely in terms of tan. So this sec square can be written as, by the identity, one plus tan square x. Now simplifying, we get here 4 and 2, 6 tan square x plus 4 and 1, 5 dx. Now you can see in denominator we have tan completely. In all the terms tan only is left, and above we are having sec square x. So we can use substitution method easily to show that if tan x is substituted as t, then sec square x dx, it becomes dt. That's why I can be written as dt upon 6 t square plus 5. Now this further can be solved by that specific integral, the group of formulae which is given in NCERT only. So that can be used here. Okay, that is 7.4 exercise based on those formulae. So we can use them here, like one of them. First of all, we have to take the 6 common. So 1 upon 6 dt upon t square plus 5 upon 6. Now there are two terms. This is quadratic polynomial in denominator with numerator 1. This will be 5 upon 6 whole square we have to write. it is written as 1 upon 6 dt upon t square plus root 5 upon 6 whole square. It is x square plus a square pattern. So the formula is integration of 1 upon x square plus a square dx is 1 upon a tan inverse x upon a plus c. So this will be applied here. We get I as 1 upon 6. 1 upon a is 1 upon root 5 by 6 into tan inverse x means t upon a plus c. This root 6 and 6 cancel out. So we are left with I is equal to 1 by root 30 tan inverse as we consider t as tan. So here we get root 6 tan x upon root 5 plus c. So this way we can see these all are reducible patterns. What reducible? Basically we are having these identities earlier we have seen in one exercise, and we have to reduce these patterns in this pattern. So they are converted in different patterns, not one only. So we will see one or two more equations based on the one of these patterns we will select, and we will see what happens when we reduce them to some standard form. Let's see next. Next question I have taken based on the last pattern. You can see here we are given numerator 1 and this term we are given as a whole square. We will not change the keynote. We have to follow the same method. Divide numerator and denominator by cos square x. So as a change, see in numerator we will get cos square x, but this in denominator, when we use this cos square here, so being square, it goes inside the bracket like 4 sin x plus 5 cos x divided by cos x, and this becomes whole square. As this is whole square, cos square also we are having the power 2, so we have taken this power 2 common. Now this can be separated in each term to make it sec square x upon 4 tan x plus 5 whole square dx. We can see this denominator has completely been written in terms of tan. So we can again substitute tan by t. We get I as sec square x dx dt. So dt we will write here after differentiation this equation. It is 4t plus 5 whole square. Now further, if I want to solve this integral, how can we do? There are patterns. If you expand it by a plus b whole square, so that will be solved by the pattern of 1 upon quadratic polynomial. Here we can use partial fraction also, okay, where repeated roots 2 times are given. It's according to partial fraction. This is pattern number 2. Okay, so that also can be done, but I find it the best method. It is here I will take first of all 4 common. Always I use 4. So 4 square will be out as 1 by 16. I have 1 upon t plus 5 upon 4 whole square dt. So it is a linear polynomial. I will not use any other method. Simply this will be converted in x to the power n form. Very basic formula I will apply here, using this as t plus 5 upon 4 whole to the power minus 2 dt. So this further can be used, can be solved by the identity of x to the power n dx, x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. And as this is a linear polynomial, very early part of integration introduction time I explained such patterns. Okay, so this will be done directly. What we get I as 1 upon 16 t plus 5 by 4 raised to the power minus 2 plus 1 upon minus 2 plus 1 plus c. Simplify, we get this integral as this will remain minus 1 by 16, it will become 1 upon t plus 5 by 4 raised to the power 1 only and plus c. Now this can be simplified by taking LCM. So we get minus 1 by 16 into 4 upon 4t plus 5 plus c, cancellation. This t also can be substituted as 10x. So finally y is 1 upon 4 tan x plus 5 plus c. So we have got this answer. Doesn't matter after this which method you apply. I have introduced two methods verbally I explained, and here I solved my third method. So same answer you will obtain. Now I hope that you have understood such patterns here. Every time we have to divide the numerator denominator by cos square x in this pattern. Keep in mind, numerator should be 1, denominator should contain the terms of sin square or cos square or both. Okay. Now we will see the next pattern of it. Now we will begin with specific integrals 2. These also are based on sin and cos. Again you can see numerator in each case will remain 1. But in this pattern, denominator is not given as a second power of sin and cos. In all cases, it is linear polynomial in terms of sin or cos. You can see, means everywhere you will find sin and cos are given with power 1. How to initiate? What is the key note? Let me write. For such patterns, the key note is use the identities sin x can be written as 2 tan x by 2 upon 1 plus tan square x by 2. Cos x can be written as 1 minus tan square x by 2 upon 1 plus tan square x by 2. These two identities we use in the denominator place of sin and cos. So we can write the given example. I have taken the first pattern. Dx, sin x replaced by the identity 2 tan x by 2 upon 1 plus tan square x by 2. Here 6 into 1 minus tan square x by 2 upon 1 plus tan square x by 2 plus 4. This in place of cos I have written, and this identity in place of sin. Now you can check each case. We are having denominator same, that's why this only is the LCM. So we can write, taking LCM, this will be multiplied to 4 and will go up in numerator as 1 plus tan square x by 2. Upon we have 2 tan x by 2 plus 6 minus 6 tan square x by 2. Here when multiplied to 4 we get 4 plus 4 tan square x by 2 dx. Now comes the turning point of the solution. This numerator should be written as sine square x by 2. You can see identity is applicable. So we will write, slowly we are moving to the previous pattern. Not exactly same, but like that. A kind of. It is sine square x by 2 I have done. Simplify the like terms. Minus 6 tan square x by 2, 4 tan square x by 2, minus 2 tan square x by 2, 2 tan x by 2 after this, and 6 plus 4, you can see it's 10. Now we have three terms in denominator. Either it's a constant or function is tan x by 2 remaining. We know that differentiation of tan x by 2 can give us sine square x by 2. That's why we will substitute this tan x by 2 as t. So we get sine square x by 2 1 by 2 dx as dt. I can be written as 2 dt upon minus 2t square plus 2t plus 10. Again we get the pattern which we have seen in specific integral portion of 7.4 exercise of NCERT. Okay, so we will follow the same. First we will take common factor as a coefficient of t square, which is minus 2. So if I take, it becomes minus 1 integration of dt upon it is t square minus 2 I have taken common, so sign also will be changed. Minus 2, it is minus 5. Now we need to apply completing the square method. I get 1 by 2 by the division of 1, the coefficient of t by 2. So it is minus 1 dt upon, we can write t minus 1 by 2 whole square, and here 1 by 2 whole square will be subtracted from minus 5, which is 1 by 4. Let's simplify. So we get minus 1 dt upon t minus 1 by 2 whole square minus 4 5 are 20, 21 by 4 to be written as whole square. So we have I minus 1 dt upon t minus 1 by 2 whole square minus root 21 by 2 whole square, and this minus I suppose I insert back here, so terms can be written as dt upon root 21 by 4 whole square minus t minus 1 by 2 whole square, which can be compared to the formula 1 upon a square minus x square. Integration of 1 upon a square minus x square is given as 1 upon 2a log of a plus x upon a minus x plus c. This formula will apply here, and as I have made it a linear polynomial, so directly it is applicable. 1 upon 2a log of addition of these two, it is 2 here, and below we have subtraction. Plus c. This 2 and 2 cancelled out. Here, because of root 21, simplification with 1 by 2 is not possible, but we can club them and we can put the final answer as, let me use this space, 1 upon root 21 log of, and the value of t was 10x by 2, so we can write 10x by 2 plus root 21 minus 1 upon 2. Below we have root 21 plus 1 by 2 minus 10x by 2 plus c. Main intention was how to initiate such patterns. I hope you have got it. Okay. So every time when we have these patterns, we have to replace sine and cos by using these identities. One more equation on one of these patterns I will initiate. Let's see next. Now you can see I have taken pattern, this is third one, a cos x plus b. Okay, only cos is available, so we will use the identity of cos. In terms of tan, we have to write recently what I wrote there. It is dx upon thrice of 1 minus tan square x by 2 upon 1 plus tan square x by 2 plus 7. LCM will be taken. This denominator multiplied to 7 and goes up. So we will write 1 plus tan square x by 2 dx upon 3 multiplied inside 3 minus 3 tan square x by 2 plus 7 multiplied to these terms 7 plus 7 tan square x by 2. Now numerator can be written as sec square x by 2 dx and denominator 7 minus 3, like terms I am solving. 4 tan square x by 2 and 7 plus 3, it's 10. Now the same thing, let us consider tan x by 2 as t. We get 1 by 2 sec square x by 2 dx as dt. It's available in the numerator. I can be written as twice dt upon 4t square plus 10, and by the rules always I use the coefficient of t square as common factor, so we get 2 by 4 means 1 by 2 dt upon t square 5 by 2. This is again in the standard form. We can convert this in identity pattern. 1 by 2 dt upon t square plus root 5 by 2 whole square, which is like 1 upon x square plus a square, which is equal to 1 upon a tan inverse x upon a plus c. This identity if I apply here, we get I as 1 upon 2. 1 upon a means 1 upon root of 5 by 2. Tan inverse x means t root 5 by 2 plus c. Now only simplification is left. Let's do it. I, this is equal to 2 and root 2 cancelled out. It becomes root 2 upon 5. Tan inverse, substituting t back with its value, root t 2 by 5 tan x by 2 plus c. So this was easier. Why? Because only one term of cos was available. So I say hope that if sin is available, so that also will be like this question only. But more or less, but I hope that you have understood very well this how to initiate. We have to use identities whenever such pattern. One of these patterns is given. Now, as specific integrals 3, we have one more pattern which is based on sin and cos. Let's complete that also here in this module. Here we have taken specific integral 3 and again based on sin and cos. But this is a bit different from the previous patterns. You can see here we are given this in a fraction form, px upon qx. And specific integral 3 is based on two patterns only. You can see the difference. Numerator has two terms, one of sin, other is of cos with pq constant coefficients, and denominator sin cos again with coefficients a and b. Here there is a change. In numerator we have the third term also of a constant, in denominator also the third term is a constant, okay, which does not contain any term of sin or cos. So the keynote for these, the how to initiate the method is, for first one, first of all we will try to understand the pattern. This numerator is split up in, as it has two terms, so this will be split up in two terms. A capital d by dx of this denominator plus b again other constant into denominator, simply multiplied by denominator. Okay, so this way we will, by this method we will split up the numerator and we will by comparison we will find the values of capital A and capital B. Same thing here in this second pattern. Numerator is split up in three terms. A d by dx of denominator, b capital, denominator as it is, and plus c as a constant. Nothing with that in multiplication. How we solve? Let's take one example of each pattern. I'm confident you will understand very well. First of all, we have taken based on this first pattern. So as it says, let's split up the numerator. 2 sin x plus cos x will be written as a d by dx of denominator plus b, multiply the denominator. When we simplify, we get left hand side as it is, no change. Right hand side after differentiation becomes cos x minus 4 sin x plus b sin x plus 4 cos x as it is. Now right hand side we will open the brackets and we will fill up the terms, like terms of sin with sin and cos with cos. Let's see. Left hand side is still as it is. We have minus 4a, when a multiplied here with sin we get minus 4a, and here we get plus b sin x. It's a for cos, and here we get plus 4b cos x. I have written sin first and cos later because left hand side also the same pattern is given. Now if I compare, coefficient of sin is here 2. Here it is minus 4a plus b. So this will become minus 4a plus b equal to 2. And the coefficients of cos also can be compared to get a plus 4b is equal to 1. Now we have to solve these two to get the value of capital A and capital B constants. So if I multiply this by 4, I am having 4a plus 16b plus 4. Now these two equations we will solve. Minus 4a and 4a. By addition they are cancelled out. 16 plus 1, 17b, and 4 plus 2, 6. So we get b is equal to 6 by 17. To get the value of a, any equation can be chosen. We have from this one a plus 24 by 17 is equal to 1, and when shifted right hand side, a is equal to minus 7 upon 17. This was the purpose. Now with the help of a and b we can split up by putting the values of a and b in this second term. 2 sin x plus cos x now can be written as minus 7 upon 17 cos x minus 4 sin x plus b we have got as 6 upon 17 sin x plus 4 cos x. This is the value of numerator only. So where it is divided by denominator, sin x plus 4 cos x, so each term will be divided by the same. It is sin x plus 4 cos x. Here also sin x plus 4 cos x and sin x plus 4 cos x. Why am I dividing? Because you can see integral is given the same way. So this integration given is equal to the integration of each term. Okay. So here these two are similar, as we have taken a denominator, so cancelled out. So this I can be written as minus 7 upon 17. This will be taken as I1. Okay, and here we can say this is 6 upon 17 I2. But how to solve them? It's not very difficult. Let me explain. If you focus I1, this numerator we obtained by the differentiation of denominator only. You see, means always you will get numerator as the differentiation of denominator when you separate. So if you substitute this by t, that is sin x plus 4 cos x, you consider t. So it will become cos x minus 4 sin x dx as dt. So here we get, okay, so I1 becomes dt upon t, which is for the log of t, or we can say log of the value of t, sin x plus 4 cos x plus c1. We have solved I1. Okay. I2. Now you check what is I2. We have obtained I2 as integration of dx. Is there any requirement of explanation? X as it is. Always we will get here. This denominator to itself will be cancelled out. So finally we can write integral given as minus 7 upon 17 log of mod sin x plus 4 cos x plus 6 upon 17 x plus c as a final constant. So this is the pattern, and every time in such a pattern, whenever constants are not available like pattern number 2, okay, you will find such a convenient way of solving. Now we will see what happens when we consider equation on next pattern. Now, here is the change. I have taken constant added to numerator, denominator both in comparison to the previous question. So, we will follow this pattern of solving. First, you write numerator. Then we write A, differentiation of denominator. Plus B, denominator completely as it is, no change. And one capital C as a constant. So let's solve this. We get sin x plus 2 cos x plus 3, a 3 cos x minus 4, sin x and differentiation of 1 turns 0. It is b thrice sin x plus 4 cos x plus 1 as it is, and plus c. Now opening the brackets, we will compare the terms. Sin x plus 2 cos x plus 3, from here minus 4a for sine, one more term plus 3b. Now for cos as a second term, 3a plus 4b, and for constant we have b plus c. Now compare the coefficients of sine and cos and the constant. So we have three equations this time. Minus 4a plus 3b is equal to 1. 3a plus 4b it's equal to 2. And separate an equation in terms of b and c as 3. These are two equations, simultaneous equations, we can solve them. So let's do by elimination method or any method you want. Okay. So here, if we are solving, it is 3 4s are 12a, 9b plus 3, 4 3s are 12a plus 16b plus 8, adding, we get 16 9, 25b, 8 3 11, b is 11 upon 25. Value of b gives us a. From any equation we can obtain. If I do second, so I am having 3a plus 44 upon 25 equal to 2. So it gives me 50 minus 44, 6 by 25. So finally a is equal to 2 by 25. Now using value of b we can obtain c also as 3 minus 11 upon 25. 25 3 is 75 minus 11. 64 by 25. I tried my best to take small numbers, but we have obtained such figures, no problem. So these are values of C, A and B. This way we can split up the numerator. If I split up numerator, then this integral can be written as, now you understand, this can be written as, in place of numerator, I will use the second term here. A, it is 2 by 25. It was multiplied with the differentiation of denominator, means 3 cos x minus 4 sin x plus b, it's 11 upon 25, multiplied to the denominator itself, and the third constant, it is 64 by 25 divided by 3 sin x plus 4 cos x plus 1 dx. Now this further will be solved similar to the previous question, previous pattern, by the separation of denominator in each term. So next, let me get the space, then I will explain by solving. Now, next, when I separate this denominator, I am in three terms of integral. first will be 2 upon 25 integration of 3 cos x minus 4 sin x divided by 3 sin x plus 4 cos x plus 1 denominator. Next is plus 11 upon 25 3 sin x plus 4 cos x plus 1 divided by 3 sin x plus 4 cos x plus 1 dx. Last one 64 by 25 1 upon 3 sin x plus 4 cos x plus 1 dx. I find that first can be done directly, it is similar to the previous case. Second is much easier. Third, we have to put efforts. How? We know that denominator we have obtained by the differentiation of numerator, and we have obtained by the differentiation of denominator. So if I substitute the whole denominator as t, so we will get dt upon t. And obviously every time, previous case also you could see, I hope I am not overconfident. This directly can be written as log of thrice sin x plus 4 cos x plus 1. Here also previous example you can see, cancel out, so 1 dx it will turn as 11 upon 25 x. Now we are left with that I1, 64 by 25 I1. For that you must have knowledge what is the pattern. Recently I explained 1 upon when sin cos terms are given, replaced by the identities. So same method I am going to apply. So let's start I1 solving from here. Too much space is needed for this question. You can see I am having 1 upon 3 sin x. So I will write 3 2 tan x by 2 upon 1 plus tan square x by 2 plus 4 1 minus tan square x by 2 upon 1 plus tan square x by 2 plus 1 dx. Now this we have to simplify. So here we need to take LCM. So this LCM 1 plus tan square by x by 2 comes up to be sec square x by 2. In denominator we have 3 2s are 6 tan x by 2. This 4 will be multiplied plus 4 minus 4 tan square x by 2 plus 1 plus tan square x by 2 dx. Now simplifying further, we have sec square x by 2 upon this is term minus 3 tan square x by 2 plus 6 tan x by 2 and 4 plus 1 5. Okay, now tan x by 2 can be taken as t by substitution method. Then sec square x by 2 dx becomes dt. So now it is very much convenient for solving. Further we can use substitution method, and this is reducible pattern. So I hope it's easily understandable. So let's see what happens next. Now further, as I said, we will consider tan x by 2 as t by substitution method. So 1 by 2 sec square x by 2 dx becomes dt. Yeah, dx also is here. So this I can be written as dt upon twice of minus 3t square plus 6t plus 5. Don't forget coefficient to be common. So minus 2 by 3 dt upon t square minus 2t minus 5 by 2. Now completing the square method we will apply minus 2 by 3 dt upon t minus 1 whole square minus 5 by 2 minus 1. I, it is minus 2 by 3 dt upon t minus 1 whole square minus 7 by 2. I need to write this as whole square. For that it can be written as root 7 by 2 whole square. If I use this minus sign inside, I get 2 by 3 dt upon root 7 by 2 whole square minus t minus 1 whole square. Check. It's 1 upon a square minus x square. Again, the formula dx upon a square minus x square is 1 upon 2a. Log of a plus x upon a minus x plus c will be used. Okay. So, this can be written as I equal to 2 by 3, 1 upon a into 2. As for that, log of a plus x root 7 by 2 plus t minus 1 upon a means root 7 by 2 minus t minus 1 plus c. Now let's simplify. This 2 and 2 cancelled out. We have I as 1 upon thrice root 7. Here also if I take LCM, so we are left with log of root 7 plus root 2 comes here, t replaced by the value tan x by 2 minus 1 upon root 7 minus root 2 tan x by 2 minus 1 plus c. So this much, but I hope that all these patterns you have understood very well. Okay, so these were all random examples. As I said in NCERT, particular equations are not available. You should take help of from these, and wherever such equation or patterns appear, you should solve them. I hope you have understood. Thank you. That's all.